ir aquí a nuestra conferencia de prensa con nuestra técnica Carmelina Moscato, perdón, se está incorporando con nosotros. Vamos a hacer, como les estaba explicando, la idea es que hagamos una pregunta presencial, una pregunta por Zoom. Estamos a través del Zoom con medios también de Estados Unidos, entonces vamos a estar intercalando y la idea es que pregunten, aquel que se siente seguro preguntar en inglés, adelante, y también nuestra traductora nos va a apoyar tanto con las preguntas como con las respuestas. ¿Les parece? Mane, por favor.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to this press conference. We're going to be alternating questions between the people who are present at the stadium and also the people who are joining us from Zoom. So welcome to the US media. Melanie will be starting with a question there and with the people who are present, and then I'll continue and give you the mic. If you want to ask a question, please raise your digital hand if you would like to do a question. Thank you.
Ok, vamos a comenzar, por favor.
Buenas tardes, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo están? Eric González del periódico El Norte. Preguntarte qué conocimiento es el que tienes de la liga. Tienes 5 años de existencia y poco a poco ha ido creciendo el nivel competitivo. ¿Cuál es el conocimiento que tienes de la misma y qué crees que te puedas encontrar?
This league has been existing for 5 years. How much do you know about this Mexican league?
I actually know quite a bit about the league. One of my previous jobs was studying leagues around the world to create one for Canada. So the way that the Mexican League and Liga MX has started from scratch has been very inspirational. So I followed the league from when it was only domestic players to now adding even up to 4 internationals. The competitive balance of the teams are growing. There's 20 teams, right? That's a lot. So there's something about the growth, but also that it's a league designed, by Mexicans for Mexicans, and I really respect that.
De hecho, sé bastante porque en mi trabajo previo, una de mis responsabilidades era conocer todas las ligas para crear una liga en Canadá, y he estado siguiendo la liga mexicana desde el principio. En los últimos 4 años he visto todo lo que han avanzado y crecido. De hecho, son una inspiración para mí. He visto todos los torneos en los que han participado y cómo han jugado y los juegos que han ganado. Y es una liga de México para México, y eso para mí es muy importante.
Eugene Rupinski.
Hi, Carmelina. Eugene Rupinski with FMF State of Mind. You bring a wealth of international experience, not only as a player, but as a coach. What do you think that you can bring to Tigres?
Yeah, great question. I mean, that's a question I'm asking myself before I accepted the opportunity. But I know that it's an ambitious club looking to win championships. But as much as that's maybe the obvious thing, that this club wants to win, is used to winning, has a tradition of winning, I think I can come in and add some women's football expertise on and off the pitch. But specifically on the pitch, I mean, this is a team that has excelled in their style of play, dominating the team with goals and possession. But, I think there's a lot to be done in the margins. So, better overall in terms of defensive organization and the transition. Of course, there's always room to grow. And even the dominance they have shown, I'm hoping and planning on making sure that we're dominant in more moments of the match for longer periods of time. There's also been a lot of questions around the players and who's going to, what's the lineup going to look like, and is it going to be the same as before? And I get the luxury of a fresh start. I get the luxury of honoring what was, but, I've been hired to take it to another level. So I'll be looking to play the best players that are available at the time.
Carmelina, ha sido jugadora y ha sido también entrenadora. ¿Cómo percibes este equipo de la Liga Mexicana en el que te encuentras ahora? Carmelina menciona que desde que ha llegado aquí, ella ha visto a las jugadoras, ha visto el equipo. Es un equipo que es ganador, que tiene una mentalidad de ser ganador siempre, en todo momento, y de buscar siempre ser victorioso. Entonces ella se ha enfocado en primero observar. Ha visto que es un equipo que tiene mucho talento, busca siempre crecer, están atentas a las instrucciones, están atentas a buscar siempre ser mejores, Hay algunos elementos o tácticas en las que hay que trabajar y donde hay espacio para crecer. Ha visto cómo dominan el balón y para ella es un equipo con una mentalidad ganadora, esencialmente.
Por acá. Matías Giraudi, para Once Diario, un placer saludarlas ambas. Preguntarles si entiende que en Tigres la exigencia de la gente y también de sus dirigentes es ganar siempre, que solo sirve el campeonato en esta institución. Y la segunda, una cortita, ¿qué significa no tener a las seleccionadas durante por lo menos las primeras 2 fechas que van a estar disputando el premundial? Gracias.
Okay. He wants to know if you understand that the crowd is a very, the crowd always wants the team to win, and then there's only one championship, and the team has to win it. How much do you understand about that?
I understand. I haven't been here, so it would be lying to you to say that I have been here and I understand the objective, the ambition. I know how it is to play in big matches. I've played in Olympic bronze medal finals and striving for in World Cups. I understand the competition, the pressure that the team is under. There's something around the incomparables, and I get that there's something, the expectation is very, very high, but I wouldn't have accepted the challenge if I didn't think I could add value to this project. I know we have high standards and expectations. I think that's what football is about, and I think that's what women's football needs to start doing a little bit more. Stop talking about maybe off the field things about how people are doing, but more focus on the field and the process. And this club gives me and the team an opportunity to play some pretty cool football that people are going to support and be inspired by. So I understand the challenge, but I have to go through it too. So I'm not going to lie to you. I've not been here, right? So, but I'm excited to go through it and to be in the volcán and be eaten alive. It's good. Let's go.
Sabe que existe mucha presión, entiende que hay mucho trabajo que hacer y que la gente, la expectativa es muy alta, pero ella no ha estado aquí en esos momentos, entonces va a tener que vivir la experiencia para poder realmente decir qué tanta presión se está viviendo y qué tan alta es la expectativa, pero ella entiende que una de las metas y de los valores del club es ganar y ella tiene muy claro esos valores, esas expectativas. Ella cree que sí que puede aportar bastante con su experiencia al equipo y que jugar en el volcán no es cualquier cosa, es una experiencia importante y que ella espera que este equipo realmente llegue a sus objetivos con lo que ella traiga para que crezcan todas las jugadoras y ganen los campeonatos. Okay. ¿Me podrías repetir? What about the players that are playing with the national team? You're not going to be with them these 2 weeks.
Yeah,
but
more than that. So it's about 4 weeks, and we hope the team Mexico, the national team, goes all the way to the final. Of course, that's the hope. We have to do a good job here to make sure that every other player part of this program is still so important, that we are training them for the new principles, the new style, the new preferences that I'll have tactically. So it actually gives us a wonderful opportunity to work on the players with us. They're going to get a head start. So we're relying on the national team players to come back, give them a bit of rest so they're fresh, and then they can come impact with the quality and the experience that they have. But I see this as an opportunity to work specifically with the players not on the national team to rise their level. And they've been doing fantastic so far. Honestly, it's been a great open locker room. They've been receiving me and the new ideas very well. But I don't see it as a weakness. I just see it as other players getting a chance to step up.
Hasta ahorita es una oportunidad. Es una oportunidad que nos está dando para poder trabajar con ellas una vez que regresen. En este momento ya se presentó Carmelina con el equipo, ha estado trabajando en comunicación con ellas. Ellas, bueno, las jugadoras la han recibido muy bien en general y no solo son 2 semanas, va a ser un poco más de 2 semanas. Y que ahorita todo su enfoque está en la Liga Nacional, pero una vez que regrese, cuando se integren, entonces sí empezar a trabajar con ellas para que podamos ayudarlas a crecer en todas esas áreas que ellas lo necesiten. Y no es una debilidad, es una fortaleza. Y algo muy importante es que la han recibido bastante bien, todas las nuevas ideas se han recibido bastante bien y el equipo la ha apoyado en todo a lo largo de esta semana.
Gracias.
Adelante, Pedro García.
Muy buenas tardes, profesora Pedro García del periódico El Horizonte en su sección Crack. ¿Cómo define su estilo de juego y qué fue lo que la trajo para venir a México? Muchas gracias.
How do you define your style and what brought you here to Mexico?
So the ambition of the project brought me here to Mexico. Tigres Femenil wants to be the best club in the world and wants to continue growing and building upon what has already been achieved. That matches my ambition. And then you add in the values of the club, the way that they want to work together, the way they value the process, the people of Regio in this area. I mean, there's something about hardworking people who want to, they're the humble people. And that really resonates with me. And when you think about my style of play, I love to build out of the back. I'm a possession-orientated team. I'm expecting to break teams down by breaking lines. I would like a dynamic, fluid attack. And I expect a team that I call it the hunt, but the counter pressing is the strongest moment of the team because we need the ball back and we dominate teams in possession, which matched as well my preference as well as the current style of play and strength of the team. But more than that, I've experienced many campaigns in my career as a player or coach where we can dominate games through strategic pressing and trapping. So that's also going to be something that we're going to hopefully, and the plan is to dominate the league through our pressing. And it's going to be almost impossible to play against us. That's my hope for the group.
Para empezar, pues algo que me llamó mucho la atención fue que el lema de este equipo, de este club, es que quieren ganar, quieren ser los mejores a nivel mundial y eso para mí me resonó y me hizo querer trabajar con este club. Por otro lado están los valores que reflejan a lo largo de su, no solo en su misión o su visión, sino también en su forma de trabajar. Es gente honesta, gente trabajadora, buscan siempre ser mejores o mejorar y para mí eso va de la mano con mi forma de ver las cosas.
One more thing to add to this question is I truly believe in structure and having teams that are organized, right? I think the possible threat to a team like Tigres is that they perform as individuals or small groups. So my job is to make sure that we're performing as a team. And that the structure is right within the pitch so that the creativity and the individual talents and gifts can show. But my job is to make sure that they're organized and thinking the same things at the same time, at the same moment on the pitch. That's the goal.
Ok, en cuanto a su estilo de juego tiene más que ver con ataques defensivos, ser siempre hacia adelante, ser agresivo, buscar la casa del balón, dominar las posiciones. La estructura es muy importante. La estructura es la que va a permitir después llevar al equipo a ser un poco más creativo para poder tomar mejores decisiones al momento de jugar. I think I said the most important.
Perfect.
Creo que así a grandes rasgos, eso es lo que define más su filosofía de juego.
Gracias. Rubén Almaguer, de Post MX. Esta es la primera ocasión en que Tigres Femenil va a ser dirigida por una mujer. ¿Esto ayudará a fortalecer más la comunicación en el vestidor con el plantel para, obviamente, concretar los objetivos?
This is the first time that Tigres, the women's team, will be coached by a woman. Do you believe that this will help in the communication with the players or the way they handle themselves?
It's a really good question. And I think it's a hot topic amongst coaches and more women that are getting into the coaching positions. My real philosophy on this is it has to take the right person with the right attributes and personality as well. So I think there could be also a male who is emotionally intelligent, who knows how to speak to women and who knows how to bring the most out of people because it's about human performance. So I feel that I am skilled and emotionally intelligent, and therefore I can build the connections with the players and bring the most out of them. I happen to be female, which I know is in this time and day and age is, you know, maybe some new, and we're breaking barriers and we're building pathways. But at the same time, I put a lot of hours and time and 20 plus years into my craft. I'm a competent person. I have high character. And that's why I think I'll succeed.
Es una pregunta muy, muy interesante porque ella cree que lo que realmente es muy importante que una persona tenga no solamente el conocimiento, sino también las habilidades para poder conectar, para poder comunicarse con las jugadoras, para poder ser inteligente y conectarse emocionalmente. Y no tiene que ser expresamente una mujer. Un hombre también puede tener esas habilidades y esas competencias para poder conectar con las jugadoras. Entonces, ella considera que en este momento ella tiene las habilidades y tiene el conocimiento a través de su trayectoria en estos 20 y tantos años, y sucede que es mujer. Sin embargo, cree que no es un tema de género, que puede ser tanto un hombre como una mujer el que puede llevar a los equipos a ganar. Entonces, para ella en este momento ella se siente, tiene una gran oportunidad para ahorita establecer dejar huella, y es un cambio importante, significativo, pero si es la persona correcta, en el lugar correcto, se puede hacer.
Theo from the Striker, go ahead, please.
Hi, Carmelina, and thanks for your time today. I was curious to know, kind of a two-part question, how do you envision Tigres' relationships with other parts of the world, other leagues, be it in Canada, NWSL in the US, or other leagues in the US, other parts of Central America, South America, Europe, whatever. Where is Tigres as an international club? And kind of on top of that, for player acquisition, is it about looking beyond Mexico as well, or kind of looking more for the talent that is local?
Right. So yeah, great question. I think the game is growing to be providing more opportunities and platforms to kind of see where every team fares, right? So I mean, the quicker CONCACAF we can as a region get together and create a Champions League, the better it is. The quicker we can create Club World Cups, the more we'll get more information about your question, right? I mean, and I really love the partnership with Angel City FC for obvious reasons, the progressive nature of that club, but also the opportunity for cross leagues to start joining markets, to start seeing different levels of play and how that actually looks and feels in the States. And those partnerships are really, really important. I think next year that could turn into the 4-nation tournament with ICC, or, you know, next thing you know, those tournaments are becoming normal for leagues to be joining together for preseason. Maybe we go to Europe in the next few years, right? So it's very important, but there's not enough structured competitions at the minute in the women's game. And I know that's going to change globally and regionally. The second part of your question was about the internationals. You know, there's 2 spots to be filled in the squad, and that is new, right? It went from 2 to 4. So when we look at the impact of those players, it's going to be based on team needs and who can come in and really do a job, just like Mia and Uchena has done for this team. They're coveted spots, they're important spots, and they're taken seriously. And there's a current assessment happening within the team on which positions are necessary and which qualities we need to really go after that we don't have within the Mexican market and the domestic development.
A grandes rasgos, la pregunta tiene que ver con cómo ve ella a Tigres con relación a los equipos internacionales, y ella considera que en este momento hay relaciones bastante importantes a nivel internacional con algunos clubes, con algunos de Estados Unidos, por ejemplo, que pueden ayudarnos a empezar a competir en copas no solo nacionales sino también internacionales, y a medida de que vayamos ganando terreno en esa área, vamos a ir creciendo y vamos a dar mayores oportunidades a todas, a que entremos en estos diferentes tipos de copas, no solo a nivel latinoamericano, sino también en Estados Unidos. Y a lo mejor ahorita en la pretemporada vamos a Estados Unidos, bueno, pero quizá en un año se abran más espacios y podamos ir a Europa. y participemos en eventos también europeos. Entonces, a medida que se vaya ganando, a medida que vayamos ganando terreno, se van a ir abriendo los espacios. Y es una gran plataforma el fútbol femenil para abrir también oportunidades, no solamente en jugar, sino en abrir espacios para que entren o vengan personas de fuera. En estos momentos estamos trabajando con Mía y con Uche. Son dos jugadoras internacionales y tenemos 2 espacios también pendientes de cubrir, pero estamos viendo todavía posibilidades. Se está abriendo la oportunidad para que también vengan de fuera a participar dentro del equipo de fútbol.
Gracias, buenas tardes, Héctor Tello de ESPN. Preguntar en relación a qué tendría que suceder primero, si las jugadoras adaptarse al estilo de juego de la entrenadora, o si la entrenadora adaptarse a las características de las futbolistas mexicanas, porque seguramente o desconozco qué tanta capacidad tengan las jugadoras mexicanas o latinas de llegar al estilo de juego más anglosajón, de más fuerza, de más intensidad. Es referencia a eso.
Your football is a different kind of football. So what would have to happen first? Do you have to adapt to the Mexican players, or do the Mexican players have to adapt to your style first?
What a great question.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. So talking a bit more about the philosophy, and I can give you some practical experience from this past week. I mean, there's been the general comment that this week has been super intense. So to your point about the pace of the player, what's expected from the coach, but I'm also seeing that within the intensity, which I still believe that the women are able to operate at a higher capacity. I still believe they don't know how good they can be. There's also a point where I'm seeing skill sets like Fernanda Elizondo, finishing in the box. The skill around the box in this player, for example, is tremendous. Something that maybe we don't have in Canada, or I haven't seen in my European experience. So there's some gifts that the Mexican players, like Belen Cruz, unbelievable talent. So when you're starting to look at them, that's the complement. Raise the intensity, use the skill sets that maybe I'm not even used to seeing on the pitch. And I think together it could be quite interesting what we create.
Es una pregunta sumamente interesante porque precisamente te puede dar un ejemplo con lo que ha sucedido esta semana que acaba de pasar. Todas las jugadoras comentan de que ha sido una semana muy intensa, porque al momento de elevar la intensidad en los entrenamientos, en las expectativas, las jugadoras dan, y de hecho ellas ni siquiera saben todo lo que saben. No cree que todavía estén conscientes de todo de lo que son capaces de lograr. Hay jugadoras excepcionales, por ejemplo, Fer es un ejemplo, la capacidad, la habilidad que tiene para jugar dentro del área es impresionante. Son habilidades que ella no ha visto a lo mejor en Canadá ni en Europa. Y las mismas jugadoras tampoco están conscientes de esos talentos. Y no es la única, hay otras jugadoras que tienen muchos talentos. Belén es otra jugadora que tiene unos talentos excepcionales. Entonces ella considera que a medida que se eleve la intensidad y se eleve la exigencia, las jugadoras van a subir.
And then I'd like to continue one more thing. Adding on to that, then you have the experienced domestic players that have the international experience as well. Nayeli. Then you have the Capitano, Mercado. Like, these are valuable players that will bring in that Mexican layer of experience and also style that I have to adapt and take advantage of their skills and gifts here. So there's like this really cool mix, and within the team has been assembled in a very, very great way.
Ahora, no podemos dejar de lado a estas jugadoras locales que han tenido experiencias internacionales y que también demuestran unas habilidades espectaculares. Por ejemplo, Mercado y Nayeli, la capitana. Estas jugadoras traen todo un bagaje internacional que también yo como entrenadora debo aprovechar para también elevar la exigencia del equipo. Ellas tienen unas características que también las hacen excepcionales.
Mónica Sánchez de Diosas Olímpicas, adelante.
Hi, Carmelina. Mónica Sánchez from Diosas Olímpicas. Do you have a message for the incomparables? Because in the past days, we have seen a lot of love from them to you. And they embrace really great the change of coach. So what can you say to them right now?
I want to say genuinely thank you for the warm welcome. I've been seeing all those little memes with Te Quiero, with the little dogs and everything. Truly, it's been, I couldn't have imagined a better reception. I understand the standards are high and I have a job to do as well. We're in the excitement phase and now we're going to get into the performance phase pretty soon. But I would ask the incomparables to be on the journey with us. To be with us in the highs and lows, and we're going to give our all for you. That is why I came to this country, and I know the team has been doing that for many years, and I'm going to meet the team where it's at and the fans. But a genuine gratefulness from me, moved to a new place, and I feel as part of the familia. So thank you very much.
La pregunta es que si tiene algún mensaje que enviarle a las incomparables. Y Carmelina dice que ha estado viendo la manera en que la han recibido en las redes y todo el amor que está recibiendo. Ha visto las fotos en donde sale ella, donde sale su perrito Mickey, y que es un amor con el que está genuinamente agradecida, y que ella pues sabe que hay muchas expectativas y que va a tratar de brindarles lo mejor, y que el recibimiento que se le ha dado ha sido de lo mejor.
I also know that we care about winning, right? We talk about that. We say the word a lot, winning championships back to back. Like, I get it, but we also care about the process. We also care about the performance. If we don't perform well and we win, I still think the crowd is unhappy. So our job is to perform well and the results should follow.
Ella comenta de que ya pasamos por la etapa emocional, ahora vamos a pasar a la etapa de desempeño, y que también ella dice, pues sí hay mucho amor, mucho trabajo, pero también hay que honrar el proceso. El proceso es sumamente importante.
Ok, última pregunta, por favor.
Buenas tardes para ambas. Alejandro Mendoza, Adictos al Fútbol MX. Mi pregunta es, ¿qué le ofrece a Tigres Femenil que no haya tenido antes y si ya tiene definido su cuerpo técnico?
What do you have to offer to Tigres that they haven't received yet? And have you already chosen your staff?
Okay, good question. So when it comes to what I can offer, I just believe it's just a depth of experience in the women's game. Like I mentioned, I've worked as a coach, I've worked around the sport as a strategist, as a league commissioner, as an analyst for the World Cup for Canada. So I've seen the game in many, many different directions. And I've chosen to be a head coach. That was a professional choice of mine, where I feel my gifts in the sport can be best optimized and maximized. So what I feel is I can relate to the players. I know what they're going through. I know what the standards in the modern game are. And I feel I have a lot of experiential knowledge, but plus, some research. I've done a lot of work in the sport. So my job is to meet this group exactly where they're at, be able to relate to the people in the room. And when it comes to the staff has a majority of last year's staff. And we're still in the final stages of finding the right assistant for this particular project, because it's being taken very seriously. We need to find the right person for me and for the girls and for the women, and the players. So that's still an ongoing one, and that's pretty much the missing piece at the minute.
Okay. I thought that you were going to say something. Okay. Dice que, bueno, para ella ella está ahorita encontrando un equipo que se encuentra en un nivel y que está integrándose a ese equipo. La mayoría del staff que estaba antes se quedó. Están todavía tratando de conseguir elementos importantes del staff, pero tiene que ser la persona correcta para que sea la persona correcta que necesita el equipo.
We talked about earlier about what can I bring to the sport.
Ajá, y de su experiencia, bueno, su experiencia es muy vasta porque ha estado trabajando en diferentes áreas del fútbol, no solo como jugadora, ha sido entrenadora, ha sido analista, ha trabajado en todos los ángulos de estratega, en todos los ángulos del fútbol, por lo tanto, su experiencia es lo que está aportando a Tigres, que es lo que a lo mejor puede hacer el cambio. Ajá, go ahead.
Una más de mi parte. Para seguir sobre el tema de lo que he visto del plantel, en base a la misma experiencia, ¿qué perfil de jugadoras le gustaría traer? Y también en base a lo que he visto del equipo, ¿qué cree que le falte para reforzar y que ya estén al 100%?
Gracias.
What would the profile of player would you like to bring to Tigres? And first one.
The profile of the player that we're looking for? Well, that's kind of a tough question because we're looking across multiple positions, mostly to strengthen the team, probably down the center of the pitch more than anything. But when you look at the profile, they have to have high character. So we're not just going to bring in somebody that just has high talent. They have to be worthy of the jersey, of course. So I think there's going to be a lot of research done on the character of the person. But we are looking across so many positions right now, more than one. So it would be difficult to answer exactly the profile. We're a goal scoring team, but I would like to strengthen the defense in terms of depth.
Okay. Hay muchas posiciones que no es fácil elegir un solo perfil, pero algo que es muy importante es que no solo tener talento, sino también tener carácter. Y tienes que ser digno de usar el jersey. No puede ser cualquier persona nada más porque tiene talento. O sea, tiene que forjar el carácter. Pues ahí, dependiendo de la posición que se vaya necesitando, es el perfil que se va a ir buscando. And the last part,
I don't know what you said.
The profile of the girls.
We're looking across multiple positions. We score lots of goals and...
So I covered it.
Okay.
Mostly.
Perfect.
Y más que nada, pues en las defensas, buscar profundidad en la defensa.
Muchas gracias. Gracias a todos.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you all.
Gracias. Gracias a todos.